Keith Siegel, a 65-year-old dual American-Israeli citizen, was one of the 3 hostages freed Saturday after being held by Hamas for nearly 16 months. He and his wife Aviva were kidnapped from their home in Kfar Aza on October 7, 2023, and taken to Gaza in their own car. Aviva was freed in November 2023 and has campaigned tirelessly for his release. Looking thin and pale, Siegel held an emotional reunion with his family and learned that his son was still alive. 2 other American citizens are still being held, as well as 4 who have been declared dead. Also freed were French-Israeli Ofer Calderon and Israeli Yardain Bibas. Additionally, Bibas's wife and 2 young boys were taken hostage. Hamas told him they were killed in an Israeli airstrike. Israel has not been able to confirm their deaths. As part of the ceasefire deal, Israel freed dozens of Palestinian prisoners who were welcomed by cheering crowds. And Israel reopened the Rafah crossing between Egypt and Gaza, which will allow 50 Palestinians daily, each with 3 escorts, to leave Gaza for medical treatment. The first phase of the ceasefire began just 1 day before President Donald Trump took office, and some analysts and Israelis say he is responsible for pushing both Hamas and Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu toward the deal. Netanyahu says he sees Trump as a great friend of Israel.
I believe that working together again, we will raise the U.S.-Israel alliance to even greater heights. I'm confident that we will complete the defeat of Iran's terror axis and usher in a new era of peace and prosperity for our region.
Negotiations on the second stage of the ceasefire with Hamas are set to begin as Netanyahu becomes the first foreign leader to meet with President Trump at the White House. The second stage calls for all Israeli hostages to be freed, a long-term ceasefire in Gaza, and an Israeli troop withdrawal. Netanyahu is hesitant about moving forward.
The only one that can actually make Netanyahu continue with the deal is President of the U.S., Donald Trump himself.
One of Netanyahu's former hardline coalition partners, Itamar Ben-Gvir, has pulled out of the government, and a second one, Bezalel Smotrich, says he will leave if the government goes ahead with the ceasefire. That could bring down Netanyahu's government and force new elections. At the same time, Israeli analysts say Trump has a broader vision for the Middle East.
We know the 2 big aims that Trump put on the board. One is to bring all the hostages back. Second is to move forward towards peace, regional peace with Saudi. And we also know that the Saudis will not be able to move forward with such a deal without having a Palestinian component to it.
For Palestinians in Gaza, their top priority is rebuilding. Trump has said that more than 1 million Palestinian refugees could be taken in by Jordan and Egypt, an idea they, as well as the Palestinians, say is a non-starter. Linda Gradstein, VOA News, Jerusalem.